All right, everybody, welcome to the Studying Brew, episode 817. Oh my goodness, what a great night to have all of you here in front of us. We are here for the Test Taking Techniques Tuesday. We are live and well on this beautiful November evening as we're heading into the December month. Oh my goodness. Playing one of my favorite Christmas songs right before that, Donny Hathaway. Love that song. Anyways, I'm in the mood. I hope you guys are. We got to get them tests done. We got to get some pass notices. It's just that season, right? But it's also the season of distractions. Oh my goodness, everybody's got a party. Every office party is going off the walls. We got this, we got that, we got shopping, we got family, we got cooking, we got baking, we got presents, we got grandkids, we got kids, I heard it all. I'm just telling you, for whatever thing that you're thinking about having that in your way, or you want to make it an excuse, there's somebody out there who's doing it anyway. There's someone doing it anyway. So you can say that all those things are holding you back, but I'm just letting you know there's someone else that's willing to put in the work and they're doing it anyway. How are they doing it? They're managing their time.
Yes.
Priorities.
Yes.
Setting their times up earlier, getting it done earlier in the day, staying up a little bit later, sacrificing sleep, not greatness. It's just that simple. You just got to make sure that you just put them priorities where they're supposed to and just get it done.
Yeah.
Just put a dang date on the calendar, set a schedule, make it happen. That's it, folks. Stay consistent all the way there. Don't be taking days off. You take a day off, you're going to be taking 3 days off. I know that you're like, what? Yeah, you take a day off, you lose momentum for about a good 3 days.
Yeah. Plus, I mean, honestly, if you take one day off, it's easy to take 2 days off.
And then it's just a landslide from there. You ever notice, like, you're all like, oh, maybe I'll just like cheat a little bit on my diet. Maybe I'll just a little bit, right? And then the next thing you know, it's a little bit more, and then this a little bit more. And then you forget that you're even on a diet.
Yeah,
It's just the sliding down the hill. You know what I mean?
right,
It's a
right.
downhill slide from there, and you don't want to be on that. Not when you're already at the top.
No, man,
You're at the top, baby. Why are you looking down? Why are you going backwards?
just keep going.
Just keep going forward.
Yep.
You're almost there.
Yep.
Make it happen. So that's what I want you guys to do. Focus as we go into the December months. We had a lot of great stuff happening in the background. We've been working hard. We got a lot of stuff going on. But I want to go ahead and get you guys set up. If you're not a member, if you haven't joined us for the lives, we are going to be giving away a lot of our time, a lot of special stuff that we haven't done before in December. It is going to be the December of giving. We are going to be giving away like a lot of stuff for our members. We are going to be having like techniques. We're going to be having weekends where we got some stuff going on, where we have a little bit of reviews. We're just going to put in all that we can to end out this year hard, strong, make sure we start off the year or end the year on a good note, on a high note, on a win. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
If you're all down about ending the year on a win or starting the year on a win, you got to get with us, man. I was just talking to somebody today and they're like, they're doing the wrong plan. I'm just saying that. And they're already going around in circles. I'm like, we already got somebody to pass the Series 6 in a week. Why are you messing around? Why are you fooling around? Guys, you can make it happen any which way you want. You can reach out to us. We've been doing the questions, Q&A all week. We're going to be having more Q&A tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Guys, it is the time that you can just ask those questions. We're going to have some techniques next week. Like I said, it is all out war on getting these things done. Plus our content, all of our stuff, our audios, our videos. Patreon's got it a little bit easier now. You can actually watch some stuff on there and do some stuff. So we got it cooking, man. So you want to join up in all the stuff that we got going on, no better time. Go ahead and scan the QR code, hit the links in the chat, get onto all of our members' benefits. Study guides. We have the SIE 663, $20 each. They are ebooks, but you can print them out. I had a good conversation. Well, I'll talk about it in a minute. Kona community Discord, guys, it is where everybody's meeting. That's where all the people are at. They're getting questions answered. I also have something to say about that later about the Discord. Guys, it is your lifeline. It is where you can reach out to Brandy. You can reach out to me. You get help all the time. I know there's other people that are like, they make an event out of getting help. Guys, it's available all the time with us. So check it out. Scan the QR code, hit the links in the chat. We got the Instagram. We got the Telegram. If you want to text me, if you want to call, 866 Hey Kona, leave a voicemail. I'll call you back. I can't text you back, but I can call you back. And that's how that works. We got live sessions happening tomorrow for the 6 and the SIE. And remember, it is members bring your questions on content techniques and PMA. Brandy's helping out, like I said, Thursday session reminder. They're on there. We will have a replay that goes out tomorrow. Series 6 starts at 10 a.m. Pacific, 12 p.m. Central, 1 p.m. in the East. SIE, 2 p.m. Pacific, 4 p.m. Central, 5 p.m. in the East. And like I said, there will be replays available.
Mm-hmm.
All right. If you're not following me on Instagram, I wish you would, because you know what, Brandy?
What's up?
When they give me a picture and they let me know, I add another one to the Kona Hall of Fame because we got passers. We got passers. Yes, we do. We got passers. All right. We had an awesome passer today. Today we had a passer. She is an RVP. She's on the move. She's a boss lady. So talk about no time, right?
No time.
She's found the time and she's making time. And she's just handling business like a boss lady. She's always doing all the stuff that she needs to do. Guys, I'm telling you, she would put in the work. I was telling her, I go, she goes, it was your plan. She goes, I'm going to say this. She's like, I tried like 5 other different people before I reached you guys for the SIE. 5 different attempts, 5 different times, 5 other people. She's all, I went with the one the company gave me. I did the boot camp thingy. I did the review thingy. I went with like 2 other people that said they guarantee. She's all, guess what? I didn't pass the SIE at all. I hit you guys up. I feel like I'm on the same brainwave as Brandy. I feel like all the accessibility, all the different live sessions, the way you guys break it down, it was perfect. And I got my SIE done. Finally. She's all, so do you know what I did for the 6th? I'm like, you didn't change your plan? She's like, exactly. I didn't change a thing. Boom. You don't change something that works. She's all, I just did exactly what I did for the SIE. And guess what?
What?
Congratulations to Jessica Powers for passing the Series 6 first attempt. First attempt, number 1 with Kona. No need for 5 times. No need for anything else. Just get the done. First attempt, knocked it out. Just stayed on track. I asked her what she had to say about it in a couple sentences. She actually gave me like paragraphs on everything she did.
Very helpful.
I'm just going to say all of her, it was so much information that tomorrow Brandy is going to be unleashing that on the Series 6 studiers tomorrow. And she's going to tell you exactly what she got this thing done, because there was a formula of stuff that she did, and it'll be really helpful, especially if you're using the Kaplan Q Bank. It's pretty great. So that's going to be an added bonus tomorrow if you're a member in the Series 6. Yeah, like I said, she had some great notes on how she did that. Too much for tonight, but she did leave me a couple things. She said, my goal was to study as the same as I did for the SIE. It worked the first time, so why change it? I watched the videos in the 21-day plan, then hit the Kaplan Q Bank. That's it. That's it. It's that simple. And I was like, a lot of people all talking about them guarantees. She's like, yeah, I don't know why everybody says the guarantees. She's like, I don't believe in guarantees. I don't think there is any guarantees. And I'm like, there is no guarantees. And I'm like, it's marketing when someone says they can guarantee anything. I'm like, the only guarantee that I can give you is the guarantee that if you put in the work.
Right.
That's the only guarantee in life that you really have, right? There's guaranteed 2 things in life, right? Death and taxes. That's it. That's the only thing I rely on in this lifetime. Death and taxes. That's it. Everything else, I know it's up to me, right? Right? My wife helps out, but in the end, it's my choices, it's my decisions, it's the way I have to look at it, my positive mental attitude, my work ethic. It's the way I deliver on that and discipline. And she's like, you know what? It's exactly the way I did. Guarantees are for our participation trophies. I'm like, exactly. It's a participation trophy that people put on there to make people feel good. And she's like, and you guys are the real deal. So I thank you, Jessica, for all that. And I encourage you guys, get onto the program, check us out. As Jessica did, like she said, 5-time frustration, 1-time attempt with us on the Series 6, got it done. It's done. And she's a big time.
Yeah.
She's like, I'm telling you guys, she's got some crazy numbers. I should have asked her what her numbers are for the month. Guys, she ain't no slouch.
Mm-mm.
She ain't no slouch.
Nope.
So I think she's like over 100 by some crazy number.
I know she was with the SIE.
Yeah.
So I can't imagine.
I can't imagine her falling down. But yeah, she's got a big team and she's just getting this done anyway. So she's really excited. 63 by Christmas. We ain't stopping. Congratulations. I know you ain't. Let's get this thing done. All right, let's go. What do you want to say about her? Anything? I think I said everything.
I think you said everything.
Yeah.
You covered it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She took advantage of your live session the other day.
Yeah.
And she's like,
Yeah.
so one of the key things that she used was the Discord. So after that meeting on the other day, she utilized our Discord, really just went through all the library that we have there for the members, all the selected videos that Brandy has. She was like, those were key. She's like, that was key. So use that library that's afforded to the members on the Discord. It's hooked up to your membership on Patreon. It's awesome. And that's what she did. So, all right, go ahead, go for it.
All right, guys.
I know there's like so much more, but I have to cut it off. Guys, I'm telling you, you don't want to miss tomorrow's member session on the Series 6. Brandy got some crazy notes.
Yep.
All right, tonight we are giving out some free content. Free.
Yes.
Free for the folks at home. We got some qualified versus the non-qualified. This is a topic that follows you all the way into your career. It never goes away.
No, it does not.
Qualified, non-qualified, never goes away, ever. And then there's stuff that you need to know for the exam. And then there's real world stuff. Tonight, what are we going over, Brandy?
I am going to do a little bit of both.
A little bit of both.
Because I can't not.
Look at that. For the price
Yeah.
of your internet, you're getting some free stuff here.
Yes, you are.
So let's go.
All right, guys. So let's just start off with what it means. I'm going to talk about non-employer plans right now. Okay. So when we talk about non-employer plans, we're talking, most of the time this qualified and non-qualified thing comes into anything tax deferred. Okay. So when we talk about tax deferred, this means that you're only taxed when you withdraw money. Okay. So you're taxed on withdrawal. So there's no like annual, right? There's no annual taxes, nothing like that. It's just your tax on withdrawal. So what does that mean? That's like our IRAs, right? Our retirements, IRAs, annuities, and our 529 Coverdales, 529 / Coverdales, right? So those are the things that are tax deferred, are those things, right? So we're not taxed annually in these kind of accounts. And so then this is where you guys hear the terms qualified and non-qualified.
Sorry. I'm just adjusting.
Good night.
I'm adjusting the mic and it's all squeaky. I don't know if you guys could hear it. Sorry about that.
Yes, everyone.
I don't think they did. Just you.
So I couldn't even talk.
They're all saying no. They didn't hear a thing.
Dude, it was so loud. So let's talk about non-qualified first. It's just easier. Non-qualified, guys, we are talking about after tax dollars. Okay, it's not qualified to be taxed. It's after tax dollars. Simply put, guys, you're writing the check. Okay, you are writing the check. That's what that means. Okay, now somebody's like, am I really writing a check? No, guys, it's like you're the one that's initiating. You're taking it out of your bank account. I should write that. I'm just gonna put your bank account. Some people are like, what are check?
I know, right? Especially if you're under the age of 30, they're all,
Yeah.
What is a check?
Dude, I don't even know what that looks like.
Explain this thing to me.
I know what a transfer is.
I'm going to tell you guys.
Can we Zelle our investment?
I'm going to let you guys all know. If you're under the age of 30, y'all missed the worst time in grocer experience and going to the grocery store when you got behind somebody and everybody wrote a check.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my goodness. What a
Can I see
process.
your ID?
Yeah.
And we had to write oh my gosh.
What a process.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, so non-qualified simply means that you're the one that's putting in the money. Okay. Now this is called your cost basis. Okay. Anytime you're taking money out of your checking account or your savings account and you're putting it into an investment, that is called cost basis. It's non-qualified money. That means, again, that money, that those particular dollars, you put in $1,000, it's now worth $5,000. That first initial $1,000 is not qualified to be taxed. Why? Because it was already taxed.
Yeah. So like, for instance, you got paid, right? You're from your job, you got a check. And I know that all of you adults have experienced this. And especially if you win your first job, You're like calculating all the stuff you're going to buy, right? You think it'd be rolling hard. You're like, hey, this is what I'm going to get. And then you get that statement at the end and you see your paycheck number.
Right.
And you're like, why is it so low? Where's all that money gone?
Right.
And you realize they took out all kinds of money already, right?
Right.
You paid the state tax, you paid this tax, you're this tax. You're like, and who is this person? Why are they taking my money? Yeah, that's already been touched. So you already been touched by the government.
Yeah, exactly.
Whether you wanted it or not.
Right.
Oh, that depressing feeling too when you get that first paycheck, when you get into the world, you're like, oh, what happened?
Right. All right, guys. So I'm going to let you in on a little hint here. Okay. Roth IRAs, always non-qualified. Always. Always.
Yeah, because it's coming out of your checking account.
You guys know that I don't use that term always lightly.
Yeah, because it's coming out of money that you already been paid. Your job's already paid you. It's already been touched by the government.
Right.
It's sitting in your checking account. You write that little, that routing number on that little statement there to do your Roth. That's where it's coming from.
529s and Coverdales, always after tax dollars. Always non-qualified. Now, most traditional IRAs, if you do it, again, right, comes from yours. If you do it, it's non-qualified, right? Annuities, guys, if you are taking your quizzes and the test and it just says annuity, it doesn't say variable, it doesn't say fixed, it just says the word annuities and it's asking you about taxes, you are allowed to assume that it's non-qualified as well.
I would write that down in a heartbeat, guys. That is a key thing if you're in the exam, if you're taking the quizzes, if you see annuities and it doesn't specify if it's a variable or fixed and you see the word annuities, you can assume it's non-qualified money. Every time?
99.9% of the time.
You're on a Lysol level.
Yes, your quizzes might try to confuse you, but the test won't. Keep that in mind, guys. The test is not going to leave room for error. If they want you to know it, they'll tell you.
I'm going to say the real exam plays a little bit more fair than the quizzes do.
Absolutely. Okay?
The exam's a little bit more direct.
So that's non-qualified, right? So now let's talk about qualified.
And I know someone put pre-tax in the chat. This is not pre-tax money.
No, we're talking about non-qualified. This is you contributing to your annuity. This is you contributing to your Roth, you contributing to your traditional, you contributing to a 529, you contributing to a Coverdell.
Pre-tax means the government hasn't touched it yet. Remember, I went through my whole analogy, right? The government's already touched it. So that it means it's pre-tax.
Exactly.
I mean, it's already taxed. Sorry. It's not pre-tax.
Yeah. Sorry.
If the government has not touched it, and that's where we're going.
Yes. Because now qualified means it's pre-tax dollars. That means, just like what Andy said, the IRS has not taxed it. Guys, the only entity that can do this are employers. Employers are the only ones that can give you pre-tax dollars. Let me say that again. And nobody, guys, I have done study preps. I have checked out other study preps. And when I mean other study preps, I'm talking about the big ones. I'm talking about the companies, the Exam FX, the STC, the training consultants, Kaplan, all of them. Nobody has ever said the words, if it's qualified, it's coming from an employer. Hint, 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 hint. Qualified, pre-tax, has to be coming from an employer.
It's the only way.
It's the only way you can get pre-tax dollars.
It has to come from an employer. And what is that example? Have you ever heard of a 401k match?
Or just a 401k.
Or a 401k?
Yes.
That's money that's happening from the employer that's not touched.
No.
So guess what happens when you want to use it? Guess who puts their hand out and says, hey, we haven't touched that. Hey, we haven't got our piece yet. Yeah.
Yes.
The government always gets their money.
Yes. So guys, qualified means pre-tax dollars. So when you contribute from your paycheck into a retirement plan, that's pre-tax dollars. When the employer gives money to your retirement plan, that's pre-tax dollars. And don't even come at me right now about the Roth 401k.
And I know in the chat someone put FSA.
Mhm.
How about that? Is that on the exam?
That's only on the 65 and 66.
So so FSA, I know someone put that in there, but it's only on the 65 and the 66 that you'll see that in that way.
Right. And profit sharing plan, yes, that is qualified because a 401k is a blanket statement for a defined, a 401k is a blanket statement for a defined contribution plan, which means we know what we're putting in there. Profit sharing is a form of a 401k. It just means profit sharing means that the employer is sharing their profits with you if there is a profit that year. That's all.
Yeah.
Like, it's not a flat, I'll go ahead and match your contributions or I'll give you 2% a year. It's not like that. It just means if we have a profit, I can give you something. If we don't have a profit, I'm not giving you anything.
But again, going back to what you said originally, that is something that only an employer can give
Yeah.
you from an employer. So remember, all things that sound like it comes from an employer, it's fair to say it's a what?
Qualified, pre-tax.
Qualified and pre-tax.
Now look at guys, that means that there's zero cost basis. So your 401k contributions, zero cost basis. Why? Because you're still going to be taxed on those dollars when you go to withdraw at the age of 59 and a half.
They make it all zero cost because guess what? You're gonna get taxed.
Fact, I'm gonna write it.
You're gonna get taxed because they ain't worried. They ain't worried. They'll get theirs. We won't. Don't worry about the entry fee. We'll get you on the exit fee.
So there is a zero cost base on anything that is qualified. Now, there is, you guys, Kaplan loves this. Okay, this is a Kaplan thing. IRS approval. Like, they will slam you in your quizzes about the IRS approval, about the that you cannot discriminate, which means if you offer it to one employee, you have to offer it to all employees, right? They talk about, Kaplan quizzes love to talk about if it's tax deductible or whatever. Guys, that doesn't matter. That's not going to be tested that way because guess what? You contribute to a traditional IRA, it could be tax deductible, and that's non-qualified money. So that's why I am teaching you guys how it's tested and how it's used in the real world. I'm not teaching you 2 Kaplan quizzes.
Yes, if you use Kaplan.
Because that is, and I'm telling you guys, look, I just told you guys, I ran through the gamut of Q banks. Kaplan is the only one that focuses for some strange reason on this IRS approval thing, non-discriminate thing.
And if we knew what we know, I'm just saying it's the only one.
Yeah, because like I said, I've seen plenty of Q banks. Okay, so let's go back.
Hint, hint.
Yes. Now let's go back to this idea of employer plans. Now there are three non-qualified employer plans. Okay.
Non-qualified, going from what we said before, non-qualified to be taxed. Right?
This is the stupid part. I don't know why they call them. Guys, I'm so sorry. Members, I've been saying the word stupid all week.
Because you just told me all this, Brandy. So I want to make sure that I'm right.
Now, when we talk about non-qualified employer plans, we're talking about the deferred comp plans.
Oh.
And the 457 plans.
Well, that change everything?
Both of these are actually not pre or after.
What does that mean?
Okay, so I have to say this because this is how I learned this, guys. When I was studying for my Series 6, deferred compensation plan was this thing that was like so elusive to me. I had no idea what it meant. It was just like one of these concepts that I couldn't even grasp my head around until I slowed down and looked at the words. Deferred means
later,
right? Compensation means
compensated later.
Salary. Right?
Okay.
Right?
Yeah, salary
means salary.
Yeah, I was just putting the two together.
So guys, deferred compensation means you're deferring, you're getting paid your salary later. You're getting paid your salary later.
So you're saying is like, I'm not getting the salary now. They're going to pay me that salary later.
Yes.
When I need it?
When you retire. Guys,
that's different.
When Bob Chapek, the previous CEO of Disney, when he got fired over a weekend, They said that he was going to walk away with $77 million. And most of that was part of his deferred compensation. That means like if you make $1 million a year, can you imagine your taxes on $1 million a year salary? But you know what? I can live comfortably on 600,000. So go ahead and pay me 600,000, defer 400,000, and now my taxable income is only 600,000 for the year.
Yeah.
That's what a deferred comp plan is.
Not bad.
That's it, right? Now,
Do I get taxed then?
You'll get taxed on withdrawal. You get taxed when you start your retirement plan.
So it's pretty much like I get taxed like monthly or when I get income.
When you withdraw.
So it's like getting my paycheck again.
It's basically like getting your paycheck in retirement.
So and then if I'm getting my paycheck again, it's like when I was working, they're taxing it again, like when I was working.
Yeah, because you haven't even been paid it yet. That remember, you haven't even been.
No, that's
paid
what I'm
yet.
saying. But when I do get paid, it's like when I do got paid.
Yeah, yeah. But so is your 401k.
They're all both taxed when you got paid.
Yeah.
When you get paid on it.
Exactly. Now there's a third one. It's called payroll deduction. Payroll deduction simply means, again, let's just take it back to what the words say. Payroll deduction simply means you're just taking it from your paycheck. But notice how it doesn't tell you where it's going. It doesn't tell you it's going into a 401k. It doesn't tell you it's going into an IRA. My firm does payroll deductions, and it can go on any type of account. So they just assume it's after tax.
So another great assumption.
Mm-hmm.
So if you see a payroll deduction question, assume it's after tax.
Right.
The government's already touched it.
Exactly. So now I do have a very quick in the news. Okay. A very, very quick in the news. You guys see the qualified, you guys see the non-qualified, right? You guys know that to set up all of these retirement plans, you have to have your securities license, right? Okay. Now, if you take your employer plan and you roll it into like a traditional IRA or an annuity.
By the way, before we go into the news, I just have to say this disclaimer. When we do in the news, we take topics from the headlines that's going on in real life. Now, we're just putting a studying spin on it, right? We're applying the vocabulary, the things we're learning, showing you how it applies to real world stuff so that way you guys can relate it. In no way are we trying to push an agenda on you, a political agenda on you, or anything like that. We're just simply applying the knowledge and putting it towards that. We're also not going to make any kind of recommendations for any kind of securities, any kind of retirement plan. This is not a research report towards any of those investments. If you are interested in doing any of that, then you need to make sure that you go meet with somebody, do a suitability, and do the proper research before investing any kind of money because there is risk always involved. Yep. Sorry, I have to do that for Brandy's Series 65 and her Series 7.
He's absolutely right. So guys, if you take this money, okay, you take this money, you go from, let's say, a 401k, and we're going to roll it over into either an IRA or an annuity. Okay. And I'm going to say, for the sake of argument, we're going to talk about a variable annuity, right?
Why would we do that?
Because we're all studying for our securities license, and you need your securities license to do this.
Okay.
Okay. So that's the only reason, right? Because I'm not, because that's what we teach.
We're not going to do any scenarios right now.
Right. Okay. So this cell stays tax deferred, and you need your securities license to do this, and that's great. Okay. Now, what some people do,
of course, if you're suitable to do that.
Yeah, this is all suitable. Like this is based on suitability. But what some people do is they take those 401k qualified assets and they roll it into what's called a fixed annuity. Now, from studying, you guys know that a fixed annuity, you just need a life license only to do this. So you're taking money out of investments and you're putting it into a fixed annuity. Now, if this is a suitable move, by all means, do it. You did what you're supposed to.
Right. But what do we know from studying about fixed annuities?
Fixed annuities do not keep pace with inflation, right? Which some people are fine with that. Maybe this is like extra money left over onto the side, whatever, right?
Can I be real with you? Like if I'm in a plan that is fixed and it doesn't keep pace with inflation, I'm really praying that I don't live to where that inflation kicks in and the price of milk goes up.
You mean to 9%?
To 9%. If I'm banking on a 3% life, I don't want that inflation to go up 9% and everything costs more.
Right.
Because I'm gonna have less money.
Now, here's where this gets sketchy, guys. So rolling a 401k, which is federally regulated, into an IRA or a variable annuity means you're moving it into another federally regulated product.
Means that there was a suitability done.
Suitability, regulation, best interest.
That means the client was sat down with, all options were looked at.
That fiduciary responsibility. We have to, because it is basically in our ethics, do what's right by the client 100% of the time. We have to. It's part of our regulation.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now, what happens when you move it into a fixed annuity, that this is regulated at the states.
Mm.
And how many states do we have?
Last time I checked, 50.
50 states. That means there's 50 different state regulations. That means that there's no federal oversight on fixed annuities. So you're taking something that is federally regulated and you're putting into something state regulated. That means, guys, that there is no regulation best interest. There's no fiduciary responsibility. There's no sense of, is this right for the client really? And that the SEC really can't do anything about it.
So you're taking something that keeps with inflation.
Correct.
And taking it out and putting in something that does not keep pace with inflation.
Now, why this is not good is because, as you guys have been seeing, in 2022, our inflation went from 2% to 9%.
You almost need to take out a bank loan to get the same amount of groceries you did 10 years ago.
So our president, this is not a political conversation, guys.
Again, this is not about making you guys or telling you guys to vote for anybody or endorsing anybody.
But what they noticed was that $779 billion was rolled out of retirement assets into IRAs and various types of annuities from 2020 to 2023. That's a huge movement of money.
Can you see the issue that they might have right now when inflation went way up?
So what they want to do, it's just in the news, guys. It's something that's being proposed to Congress, is that they want to make it so if you're taking money from a qualified plan and moving it into a fixed annuity, that you will need to be securities licensed to do that.
So regulation may be coming towards the fixed annuity.
Because that way the SEC can keep track and make sure that regulation best interest is applied to even fixed annuities. So I think it's a great thing.
Anything to do with retirements will all be regulated.
Correct.
Federally. Whether you think that's a good idea or not a good idea, keep your eyes out. Now you understand the conversations that are happening at your election polls. So when those things come up and you're like qualified money in a 401k and they start talking about going into a state or a fixed or whatever, you guys know exactly what's going on. And also for your exam purposes, you know, on a different level, what's going on as well. So all around, you guys got something, what's going on in your exams, what's going on in the real world, what's going on when you get licensed, and all that stuff, all for the price of your internet. Wow. See, it pays to stay awake.
Yep.
Or catch us on a replay. We got a lot of great information tonight. So thank you all for being here. We'll have some Q&A tomorrow, your questions for all of the members tomorrow. Remember, Series 6, Brandy's got some great notes from our pastor, Jessica. She's going to tell you, she wrote down exactly what she did. See if that helps out in your studying. So that's a little added bonus for all the members. Thank you, Jessica. And we're going to be back tomorrow night with the Series 6. What that means, what we're going to do is we're going to take some content, we're going to take some techniques, we're going to tie it all together. We're going to have 6 different questions, 6 different exams we're going to look at, and we're going to really just give you our best shot at just giving a little something for everyone. So be here, same time, same bat channel. Until then, everybody, take care. Stay safe out there. Wash your hands. Don't touch your face. Don't touch your friend's face. That's all I know. And keep that positive mental attitude. PMA, everybody. Have a great night.
Thank you guys so much for being on. We super appreciate you guys. Don't forget to practice your keywords in your quizzes. We will see you guys tomorrow. Have a great one.